very disappointing. It's the opposite way, because I just focused on what was left. Or I didn't finish this and this and this and this, and I have to repeat it for the next month again and again, because I didn't finish that. I haven't finished that.
First, we need to understand that every human, we are hardwired to remember. It's so normal that we remember just the things that we didn't do and that went wrong. And also it's so normal when you look back also, memories who are really, really painful. Oh yes, they will come up very loud. Hi everyone, today I'm here with Carol and this is our second coaching session. In our last coaching session, we made a visualization where Carol could make a little vacation in her holiday, in her future, where she was even talking to her future self and getting some piece of very helpful advice and even the feeling. And now I'm very curious what she brings today and how we continue our coaching. Hi, Carol, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm glad to be here again, and very excited to keep going with these magnificent tools and these aha moments that I have and through the sessions. And I just noticed that sometimes I just don't, once you tell me what happened in the last session, it's very refreshing for me, because now I recognize the work we did. But, I realize that it's something that happens to me, that in the moment I'm doing certain things or actions, I feel really engaged and, like I really understand what is happening in my life and why. But as long as we finish, I just get into my routines and all that again, my life train, and I just start to forget. I remember a lot the tool that we made, and I use it, and I'm going to then, if you want, I can share later what I could achieve this week. But I don't remember the whole thing about the visualizations and all that. Once you tell me, I perfectly remember, and I'm engaged again with that feeling of visualization and all that. But I just would like to become more engaged also with a routine of doing this. I don't know if I repeat these visualizations, I'm going to train myself to feel the same strong feelings as I did when I visualized last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you for sharing this with me. And it's actually even a good sign that you don't remember every single word and thing we did last time, because that means that you really went deep and that you let go and that you let me guide you and you went beyond your critical and analytical mind. You just trusted the process and tapped into the feeling and out of your mind. And this is so necessary to really experience that and to go really deep, to just let go and not paying attention. Do I remember what did she say or what should I say? This is the loop we are in anyway, but this loop doesn't bring us anywhere because it's always programmed through our deep programs, and this mind chatter doesn't help us to come anywhere. So what you did last time was really helpful for you, obviously, because you could let go. And we did a visualization, and I could observe you like really going deep and talking also to your future self, where she gave you the advice of you don't have to be in control all the time. And you know, it's okay. You can do it. Trust in yourself, trust in your talents. And you don't have to be afraid about losing or missing in other areas of your life, because those who love you most, they support you and they will be proud of you what you did. And then you also said, or your future self said, well, you're also doing this for your daughter, and you're giving her the perfect example of going after your dreams, doing what you want, showing up professional. And that's amazing. So don't worry about not remembering that. It doesn't matter at all. And yeah, you said you used the fingers, the anchor, where you could bring up the feeling. How did it work?
It worked great, because for the first time in many years, I can say now, a couple of years ago, I started, making my website, and it didn't work, and I just completely stopped. And this week, I want to share with you that I start again. So I have my website built, but the main difference was that I've got something now which is not perfect, and I'm good with that. And it's the first time that happens to me, because it's not the perfect design. I know I'm going to change it in the future. I'm okay with that. I could share it with some people, and I cannot say I'm proud of that. I'm not there still, but I'm not ashamed or not confident. Yeah, it's more like confidence thing instead of shame. But also could be. And I am very proud of me doing this. Which I'm not proud still is to share it with the world. I'm not there, but I've got something in a week. And in the past, it would take me, months to do that, because until it was perfect, and the perfect colors and the perfect letter and all that. So I just let that go. And every day I made small actions. I don't remember if it was Wednesday, Thursday, some of those days. I've got a very busy day, and I couldn't do any progress the whole day. But, before I went to sleep, I just tell myself and make this engage, and I use that tool, and I said, I'm just going to do that, and just visualize for a moment why I am doing this for, and be kind with myself, and said, just 10 minutes, it's okay, as long as I, get the progress. And I think I just make a little change in the page, but I felt really, really good of those 20 minutes, were 20 minutes only, instead of the hour of 2 hours that I have made earlier, but and in other days. But it was very, very nice, because sometimes I just don't do that, and blame myself to again, you are not progressing, and today, and the blah blah blah, telling very hard things to myself. And instead of that, it helped me to say, you made progress, and that made me feel fantastic, because I felt like I can handle and keep a routine and it don't have to be perfect as well. It doesn't have to be a perfect routine at perfect time. And I just imagine it wouldn't be nice to have the same days every day. So I don't want that. So if it's different every day, as long as I keep that promise I make to myself, it's okay. So it was very
Mm.
nice to do that.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. So what I hear you say is that since our last conversation, you made action steps every single day. Congratulations on that. And even if one day, because you were busy, you couldn't spend as much time as you wished you could,
Yeah,
but the difference between now and you would have reacted in the past was that this time in the evening when you went to bed, you didn't beat yourself up for not
yeah,
doing enough, but you were asking yourself, what are you proud of? What did you accomplish? Why are you doing this? And that you are, and then you found that you are on the right way. You're taking action steps every day, and you felt this feeling of pride. You felt proud of yourself,
yeah.
and that's such an amazing growth experience, and really that's something people need a lifetime to learn what you have learned in such a
I think,
short time, so you can be really proud of yourself. And also you mentioned that you use the tools, the anchor with the fingers, so that you can bring up the feeling that can bring you, or that make the bridge maybe, or that gives you the fuel and the spark to continue.
yeah.
And
And for me,
yeah.
it got a certain color right now, and it's unusual because when I visualize, it's always light colors, like a bright sky and whites and all that. And my color for this tool now, it's navy blue for
Mm.
some reason. And it happens to be, I use it 3 times this week, and they're in the same, they bring me, you know up from the same feeling of, oh, I'm just going to stop, and I'm so tired, and it's late. It's always now, and I'm telling you, I'm noticing that, because other way, it was like, I I made contact with the British society here in my country, and I just want to make new connections to offer my services. But I've made that in the past, and I just don't get really involved in, or get really a contact, a direct contact. But this time it was this like, it's not a convention, but it was a chat. It was in the downtown, in the city, and it's very busy here. So it was late at night, but this gathering was to know each other and make, it was for entrepreneurs, and it was great. But usually I don't assist. Just at the time, I said, oh no, it's too late, or it's going to be too busy at this time, and nobody knows me there, and perhaps it's pointless to go, and no, and just I just don't assist. And this time I was tired, it was late, and I was thinking, oh, I have to get in, rush and change, and my husband was with me. My daughter was in a camping, so it was perfect. And my husband said, if you don't want to go, just don't do that. but if you want to go, just go, just get up and go. And I said, oh, no. And I was, bargaining with myself and all that. And I just remember, and I remember the navy color. when I do this, it just appears. I don't know why, for some reason. And perhaps, I don't know, I'm mixing the navy blue is like late night, and I feel tired. I don't know. But it's like you said, like a spark. And I said, don't think about it, just do it and just go. And when I realized I was there, I met wonderful people in there. And again, when I get out of there, I was like very proud of, just do the things that you planned. I said to myself, yeah, because you decide that, and it's important because I was thinking of doing that, and that's why it's important. If somebody else would tell me, oh, this is a very serious compromise and all that, I wouldn't think about not going, because the compromise would be with somebody else. But if the compromise was with myself, I usually, break these compromises and just be loyal to that promise and that compromise I did with myself, and settle with myself was a great feeling. So it was the second time I used the tool this
Oh, that's
week.
that's beautiful. That's a beautiful story you shared. Thank you for that. And so you could use this tool when you were struggling to go to an for you important event,
Yeah.
but you could use the tool. You could find the spark and the motivation to go there, and you went there despite of being comfortable, maybe. So you
Yeah.
expanded your comfort zone. You just
Mm.
went because you said, I will, so I do. You walked your
Yeah.
talk. You were just, and but you observed also is before your default would be, if it would be for someone else, yeah, for sure, they can count on you. But if it's just for you and yourself and your own things, then you would be more likely to say, okay, no, maybe I don't go. But this
Yeah.
time, you kept your word towards yourself, and you
Yeah.
went and you made great connections.
Yeah.
And how did you feel then when you kept your word, when you've been there, when you broke this old pattern?
Proud again about myself. It's like, this palm, like you say, I like you, Carol. You can do this. And even if, if I wouldn't know that so many persons, great person or anything, just keeping what I settle with myself, and it made me feel very good. Also, I usually go to a dance class, flamenco, and it is a great time for me. Every time I get tired, I feel tired, I pretend not to go, and I decide to go. When I finish the class, I feel like floating, like very,
Oh,
very, like I love myself because it's time for me, only for me. And it happens to me again this week that I was feeling with the stomach ache, and I felt tired again. And the class is at night, and also happens to me that, again, like I will just say that I don't feel good, but that class was very important because it was a special dance we are going to do that day, and the teacher, which is very sweet, invite me because I wasn't in that class, But she made this exception with me, and she said, you can come to that class. So it was optional. And I said, no, no, I feel too tired and all that. And it's not my class and all that. And suddenly I feel like you should be more grateful, you know? And I start feeling, I just changed it, took my fingers and said, I'm going to be grateful because this is great to have the time, to have the opportunity to go, that I'm a healthy person. And I just start finding the reasons to be grateful for just that class. And it's difficult for me to ask for help and receive help also. And I remember that and said, it's not that I ask that, but it's very kind that they're inviting me to this class. So I wish many things from the world, and this is one of the things that the world is giving me, like a gift. So I decided to receive that gift with the same love that they are giving that gift to me. So I just went, and of course my husband said, how do you feel when when you finish your class? You always feel great. So think about that feeling. And when I finished the class, I ran him and said, yeah, I feel great. And for
That's
an
beautiful.
hour.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
went several times outside your comfort zone. You did something which didn't feel comfortable at the beginning, but you overcame that. You expanded your comfort zone. And at the end, you were rewarded by the feeling of pride, by feeling really great and learning so much about yourself too, right? Like you can
yeah,
do this. Like, and also what you said was something really important. Not only were you proud and this great feeling and this feeling of gratitude of what they are offering you, but also this self-love. You could feel this self-love because you
yeah,
were doing something for yourself.
yes,
And
yes.
that's amazing. So yeah, that's beautiful. And for today's session, what is it you would like to work on? What would make this an extraordinary conversation?
You know, I was just thinking that the routines I'd love to start applying in my life. It's like I said at the beginning, like I feel great when I finished the last session. I just thought I forget about that through the week, but now that I'm telling you what happened, it's like recognizing that I, I don't forget about the actions. I just think that I don't recognize not that to myself, like never. um, I wish I could be grateful and recognized, like prize myself more often, like I'm doing it right now. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm great, and I'm telling myself like I'm great and I know and I capable and all that of course that helps. As a therapist, I know that really helps. But recognizing what I've done through the day, through the week, through the month, because usually I used to do that, in a agenda, and it's very disappointing. It's the opposite way, because I just focus on what was left, oh, I didn't finish this and this and this and this, and I have to repeat it for the next month again and again, because I didn't finish that, I haven't finished that. And it was disappointing, and I stopped with the agenda. So but when I'm doing this, like I'm doing with you, like just recognizing, oh, I struggled with this, and I could, cope with that with this tool. And you know that there are very little actions. The fact that I'm recognizing that actions, it's good, because it makes me feel like I don't really stop. I don't want to stop in a process of doing a goal. I made this website, and I want to continue with the booking calendar to send to my clients. I just keep going and going, because suddenly I stop, like, oh, I made that, and later I'm going to change this, and later I'm going to change that, but it just stopped. I don't want to stop, and just keep going.
Okay, so what I understand is you want to work a little bit on your routine.
Yeah.
And first, what you said at the beginning was like that you didn't remember so much about what we did, meaning that we had a great coaching session last time, but you had the feeling that you didn't take it imply it into your everyday life. But while you were talking, you recognized, well, actually I did. Actually, I took the things and used it for myself, for my life, for my progress, for my growth, and you did.
Yeah.
And the other thing you want to work on is this continuous moving towards your goals. Do not stop, for example, with the website. To just take one step after the other continuously without stopping and not doing anything anymore, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what first comes to my mind, first we need to understand that everyone, every human, we are hardwired to remember. It's so normal that we remember just the things that we didn't do and that went wrong. And also it's so normal when you look back also, memories who are really, really painful. Oh yes, they will come up very loud and very
Yeah.
present. And when we did something wrong, oh well, we will remember. But
Yeah.
that's the default. So when we know that, what we have to understand is bring we have to bring action, or we have to bring energy into remembering and acknowledging the good things. So we have to just flip it around. And has to be an active step, which we can do. But you now realized alone, just without me saying anything, you realized just by telling me what happened, you realized, wow, so many great things, and wow, actually I did it good, and you felt proud, and you feel proud when you tell me that. So I can see that, and you said this also. So what I've established, if you don't mind me sharing, because like for any other human out there, also for me, it was very uncomfortable, first of all, to praise myself. And it was very unusual to look at the good things I did. But I developed for myself a routine, a daily routine, a weekly routine, and a monthly routine, where I do exactly that. In the daily routine, when I write my to-do list, the first point I write down is praise yourself.
Okay.
And then I write everything I have to do. And before I even leave this to-do list, I will write my few lines, doesn't have to be a whole page, but even in the same document I have open, I write my self-praise. And that's how I start every morning. And that's how it helped me to make this a habit and then
Okay.
continue with that. And then the other thing which I've seen not only on myself, but also with clients is like every week, instead of looking at what we haven't done, which we would do normally, it's just like really writing down what do I have accomplished and really make, and you can do this also every evening if you like, but really like making this a habit. What did I do today? And even if the to-do list wasn't everything wasn't ticked, that doesn't matter. We don't want to focus on that because we want to, whatever we focus on, we get more on. And when we focus on the
Mm.
things we have accomplished, oh my God, this not only fuels our self-esteem and confidence, but we will get even more accomplished because we feel great and we will take this into the next day, the next week, the next month, whenever
Yeah.
we do this. This is something which I have experienced on myself. And I don't know, does this resonate with you? Is this something you're curious to try out?
Yeah, I love that because I used to be kind with myself when I made my routines, but it wasn't a routine. Now that I'm thinking, it's just the actions that I want to achieve certain days and all that. And once that settle they were settled, I thought, oh, is this really possible to me? Because if I'm kind to myself, I'm going to put just the things that I'm sure I'm going to accomplish. So I could feel like I'm doing it and I'm successful, or I can do this. But it was like a cheating to myself, because now that you say, just start praising yourself and recognizing what did well, and how could I cope with the things that perhaps didn't happen, but what did you do instead? Of what did you solve those things? And you're right, it's about focus on the things I'm going to do right. It doesn't matter that there are things that I'm not finished there, just only how grateful I could be not to do that. Okay, I couldn't finish that because I was spending time with my daughter, because I was tidying up my closet, or I don't know, I just recognizing that I'm not that bad at organizing my time. And yeah, I love to do that. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to schedule that first action, because sometimes I felt, yeah, the first hour, I remember I've read that the first hour of the days have to be for you. And my first hour sometimes is just get up and take my daughter to school and all that. And I didn't see it like an action to myself, but it could be. And just these few minutes, just you know thinking about the things that I've done well and write it down, it could be very useful for me. And yeah, not focusing what you say, that what you focus you get more. I'm completely agree. And yeah, thank you for
Yeah.
remember me that,
I'm happy,
because
happy that you could resonate because also, yeah, you're right. When we wake up, when the first things what we do, usually we already bring our attention somewhere else outside and we
yeah.
forget totally the connection inside. But when we
Mm,
start our day like, okay, stop. First me. So we show self-love ourselves with doing this. And then, yes, you can, I mean, it's amazing to write down what you have accomplished, but also even praise without having anything accomplished. What do you love about yourself? What do you
Yeah.
love about being like this and that? What do you love in the sense of, yes, accomplishments, what you did great, what you can do well, but also what are your talents and what are your personality characteristics that you really like? Maybe you're very kind, maybe you're very understanding, maybe you just, whatever it is. So really spending this time and digging
Yeah.
deep in your strengths and then see what happens.
Yeah, and now I'm thinking that usually when I do that, I think about the future. Like, oh, I'm going to create today this and that in my life, and I feel very good because it's like I settle my mind. I made this mindset to have a great day, and it works many times. But going to the recent past, because sometimes I said, oh, don't think about the things that you did wrong and all this past and all that. But if it's just about yesterday or this week, and doing that in order to just recognize and prize myself, what came, well, it could be a different thing to do for me this week. And it's very exciting to have this new idea. And yeah, I'm going to do that. Just not only thinking about the future, because even sometimes I'm thinking that could be stressing a bit, like what I'm going to create and what I'm going to create today. And do I really feel I can do this? And I hope I can handle the day in order to achieve my goals for the day and all that. And just I usually don't stop like this time to be grateful and recognize myself and praise myself because of yesterday and weeks and
Yeah.
this last month. So it would be new for me. Yeah.
And it's amazing. And yeah, it's new for most people, but we have the choice to establish this new habit.
Yeah.
And this can make so many big changes because you know that for sure. Also, Marissa says this, there are no words so important than the words you say to yourself. And when you
Mhm.
start every day with nice words towards yourself, and you praise yourself, and you say, "Hey, wow, I'm so proud of you because you accomplished this and that, you did this and that," but also besides of all the accomplishments, because you're a great person, because you're so kind, because you're so whatever it is, that raising our self-esteem for sure, our confidence for sure. But let's see what else will happen when you establish this habit. And I'm curious what you will tell me next week.
Yeah.
And now the second part you want to work on is like getting this routine. And I understand it like in going your steps, having an action plan to go one step after the other and having your routine no matter what, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah, definitely.
so where are you at the moment? What is it that you want to create? What is it that you're working on? And let's see how I can support you there.
It would be great if I could settle my page, my booking page, like Calendly, or a kind of page that I could offer or I can add to my website. And really, going to these few steps. So in a week, I can be ready, to the booking and the payment, like method to pay to get
Yeah. Uh-huh.
payments. Yeah, yeah,
Payment options. Okay. So
yeah.
you already have worked on a website. That's what you shared. And now you want to connect a calendar
Yeah,
software and a payment option for your
yeah.
clients. And what do you have to do to make this real?
Just get very, very mindset to get patient, to read the instructions. I know it's very intuitive. These pages, they're easy, but I don't have the patience. Often that happens, and I start thinking, oh, I'm not good and at that. It's not my career, and I don't pretend to be a market person and all that. So being a
Okay, so
different mindset, yeah.
yeah, thank you for sharing that. So normally when you do these kind of things, there come thoughts up like,
Yeah.
I'm not good in that, and you don't have the patience, and it's not your job, and you're not a marketing person, and you're not a website creator, and so on and so on and so on, right?
Yeah.
And how do these thoughts serve you to go to your goal? How do they help you?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No,
Exactly.
no, they stop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They stop you, yes, like they would
Yeah.
stop anyone.
Mm.
And when you know that these thoughts stop you, what would you
Yeah.
like to think instead?
Okay, I can, take my tool and think about why I'm doing this, and just be kind with myself about just, say, just make one action. And if you want to make more actions, it's fine, but at least one action. Because I get usually very frustrated. I've cried sometimes. Even I've cried like, oh my God, I can't do this. And instead of that, I just want to be kind with myself and say, just take one action that you understand. And if I don't understand, I could take the action to, ring someone and just, clarify that little action that I perhaps don't understand or don't want to understand or look for.
Ah, yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
So you already
yeah,
have, you said you can use your tool, the fingers, the anchor of this beautiful feeling. You can visit your why. Why are
yeah,
you doing this? And you can just be kind and encourage yourself to just take one action at a time. And you can reach out for help to ring
yeah,
someone and say, hey, listen, I'm here. Can you help me out with that? So
yeah,
these are the things you have prepared right now, which you could do whenever you are in this situation. That's amazing. And going back to the second you said, the why, what is your why? Why do you want to build a website? Why do you want to do this all? What is it?
because I really want to succeed on feeling professional to help people, feeling like I'm in a great pace of routine, receiving clients, helping clients, feeling great, receiving income, feeling peaceful, of knowing that it's real, that what I chose to be my purpose in life, it's real because it's tangible, and I have the proof of that. Feeling proud of who I am, what I do for humanity. And these steps
Yeah.
are each person. It's like this everyday step. It's each person, and yeah, feel like I can tell the world very proud. What can I do for you? To each person, what can I do? Be clear of what can I do for you. And part of being clear, it's this feeling of organization and tidiness. For me, being tight, it's to be, organized, and this is my page. It's easy for the clients to, reach my therapy, easy for them. That process on getting into my therapy is very easy. Is not the most important thing. So it could flow very easy. So I wanted tools for them to get to me and
So you
do
want to
it
build
really
this,
nice.
yeah. Do you want to make it accessible and easy for clients to
Yeah.
find you, that you can help them, that you can make change in humanity, and you help each and every client, and they don't have to go through a jungle of, documents and stuff and
Yeah.
websites and pages, but you want to make it accessible and easy for them.
Yeah.
And so that they reach you and that you can help them.
Yeah.
And why do you want it to reach you and that you can help them?
To feel like I'm living my purpose in life.
And what is your purpose?
It's to bring peace to people. This freedom, this peace, mostly peace, that makes me feel at peace also. Making this for people is making this action and this purpose for humanity, and this humanity is going to be, it is a part of my daughter's life. So it's like doing something for her, also showing her that whatever she wants to achieve in life, do it for a really, with a purpose, for beyond, a routine, beyond the most do, and just to do something in life. No, go beyond how these actions and this profession, it's going to impact the world and the humanity. And sometimes we are not very clear on that, and I want to be clear by doing it and proving to myself it's real. So it's not just, oh, it sounds nice. No, it's a reality.
Yeah, you really want to bring this into the real world, not a dream, not something we dream of. And you want to really show your daughter that whatever she wants to do, it's not that we work on something just to do it, to get it done. No, there is a passion, there is a purpose. It goes beyond just these steps or this work or this 9 to 5 work where we go and then we get the money and then we are in this wheel and doing that. No, there is something which is your passion, which is her passion, which is your purpose, something which is her purpose. And she has to go after her dreams, and she has to get clear about it and then bring it into the life and do it, whatever she loves. That's what actually it's all behind. You want to show your daughter how to live your purpose.
It's like this chain reaction that in each client I feel this great person, it's also someone's friend, someone's daughter or son or husband or brother or sister. And the things that are healed in this person could heal somebody else which is near of them. This is a really change in their life, transforming their lives or helping them to transform their lives. It's like transforming all the system around them.
I understand. So by making these little steps, they can
Yeah.
have a big effect, because when you change one person's life with your coaching and RTT therapy, then you don't only change this one person's life, but also their family. And then, it makes, it's like a movement. One
Yeah.
person changes, and then all the people around change, and then all the people around all these people
Yeah.
change. So you want also to do this because you make a big difference in the
Yeah.
world with your work. And you
I
want to show
think,
your daughter also, that's what I
yeah.
understand, that she can make a big difference with just one step after the other.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Don't, minimize the power of what we do. Because, yeah, it's like a big dream, or very, ego to think, oh, I can change the world. No, it's like, you don't know that. But when we see our actions, how they follow, perhaps we help doing that, because as a therapist, that is not only our work, it's our disposition to be there. But the people decide to do that or not. So a mother is going to change the way of educating their children. A husband, a friend is going to say different things and concepts, and it's going to be for the persons in her life in a different way when they change and they heal what they have to heal inside. So that's what really moves me, I think.
So what moves you is exactly that you don't know what you will actually change. And when you say, well, you don't know if you can change the world, well, how do you know the opposite? How do you know that you don't change? I
Yeah.
mean, how do you know what impact do you really have when you do
Yeah.
what you do? But you can have a huge impact,
Yeah.
because, as you said, when you change one person, this person is a mom and a daughter and a wife and sister and friend. And so she, by being changed, can go out and change so many different lives also. And
Yeah.
so what I understand, what's beneath that is also like not underestimating the importance
Yeah.
of every little step by changing just one person. And there
Yeah.
is, this famous saying, if you change one person, you change the world. You
Yeah.
change, and
Yeah.
that's true. And that's true. So this is something. And when you think about all that, when you think about all this, well, you show your daughter these like really important, essential truth. She has to
Yeah.
go after her passion and do what she loves. And she can
Yeah.
change the world by doing little steps, like seemingly
Mhm.
little steps. They are not little, because she sees it when you do that. And that's why
Yeah.
you want to go and don't stop going. And that's
Yeah.
what you say. That gives you the spark and the fuel to go when you
Yeah.
think of, right? When you think of
Yeah.
transforming lives and being a
Yeah.
role model for your daughter, right?
Mm-hmm. When
I
I
think,
think in a bigger purpose, I think it's easier, because it's very powerful to do that. I think it's going to be powerful once with the computer, feeling frustrated and all that, could be very powerful to think, I'm doing this to for my clients, to get easy for them to know me, or to get to me. This is for a bigger purpose, this is for a bigger purpose, and this is for a bigger purpose. I think I could use that phrase to, remember myself why I'm doing this for.
that's beautiful. So this phrase, this is for a bigger purpose,
Yeah.
you can use to remember yourself when you are there and not knowing what this tech stuff all is about. And it's
Yeah.
can be quite frustrating. I can relate to that when dealing with tech stuff. But you can use this phrase, this is for a bigger purpose, to zoom out a little bit and getting out of the perspective of sitting there and trying to create a website, in zooming out and seeing the bigger picture of, I'm about to change the world by changing person at the time.
Yeah, I used to think that I was doing this for me, so I could feel professional, and it's my presentation and all that, and it's not. It's about them. Yeah, I'd rather think about that, and it's completely different when I think I'm part of that, of course. But all this payment thing and all that, it's to make it comfortable for my clients. Yeah, it could really work. I'm going to do that.
That's amazing. What can you do that you will remember this phrase, this is for a bigger purpose, when you are sitting in front of the computer? How can you remind yourself of that?
In this process, in these sessions, I'm very, very engaged with these two fingers and these actions, and I think this could take me to think what happened in this session, and this word or this phrase that could tell me and reminds me bigger purpose. Remember that it's for them also. So I could use that. Yeah.
Amazing. So next time when you're sitting there and you try to make this all work to get, and it's true that the start, when you have to set up a website, when you have to get familiar with all these softwares and stuff, it is quite a lot. But what you know now, what you will do when you feel a bit frustrated and you think like, oh my God, I don't want to deal with that, right? What will you do?
Take my fingers and I'm thinking of that this is for a bigger purpose. So
amazing. Yeah. I love that. I can't wait that you tell me next time. And if you don't mind me sharing, because everything which I coach in my coaching sessions, or most of the things which come up, there are a lot of things I've also gone through. I've also built my business, I've also built my website and all this stuff. And I can relate so much to what you said, because I'm also not the person who goes naturally and easily with this tech stuff. But I've also found out my why. And what I did also, despite of the anchor, which I have, it's a different one, I have the Post-its everywhere. And I have it on my computer. So every time when I struggle with this kind of things, I remind myself that I have to zoom out and to see the bigger picture. That's what I have here. So that was just something I was thinking, like, that's perfect what you do. And maybe you also can write it somewhere on your...
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Or Post-its or whatsoever. But I'm so happy that the anchor we did last time works so well. And this anchor not only now brings you up this beautiful feeling of confidence and pride and feeling accomplished, and that you're capable, but also it remembers you of this is all for a bigger purpose. It's not about making this website. It's not about doing this. It's about making a change in this world. By helping one people at a time, by making it possible for them to find you and to get access to you and your beautiful work that you're offering. And you show your daughter by that how to do this.
Yeah. I can't wait to do this and start doing this from a different way of seeing this. It's I'm sure it's going to be very different and more powerful and fluid much better, thinking from that position. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. I'm so happy that you could take this away. And so, just by changing the perspective, by zooming
Yeah.
out a little bit and
Yeah.
getting a little bit a bigger picture of the whole thing,
Yeah, of
this is
course.
one which can help you to go fluently, step by step, even if sometimes it's hard, because then you focus on the great feeling and you focus on what it's for. And it's not about this little step there, it's about the bigger picture that you make.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the current of the river, like take pulls you, but if you have the tools, to react, and it's part of know how to cope with the things that appear, because I'm the same person with different tools, and just remember myself. And I think it's going to work if I'm starting the day with the first actions that you told me, pricing myself, believing in myself, and I'm going to add and remember my purpose. Yeah, my purpose in this profession, and this life, and which is part of who I am. So I'm going to add that and
So that's
remind me that.
amazing. You will now create a routine where you not only praise yourself and acknowledge your accomplishments, but you will add also something really beautiful to remember yourself on your purpose, of your purpose. So you have
Yeah.
these three things you want to put into action, into your routine. And looking on your website and business, what's the next action steps you're going to take?
I'm definitely going to finish this. Well, the actions that I'm going to, I think there need to facilitate my clients to get to me, and then I'm going for my Instagram page, to just make this link to my page. They are going to be the other step, and then start feeling more confident to go to some clinics in the city, and go to some local podcast that ask for opportunities to speak about my therapy and all that, and feeling more confident to do that once I have this support to get my clients to me easier. There are my next actions, and this goal to get this system set to show my services in different scenarios, like TV, radio, podcast, go to some clinics to make connections and alliances, and just be very, very peaceful and secure about how, if anyone is going to get to me, it's all settled, it's in order, and I feel in peace by doing that. I don't have to worry anymore about, oh, people expect to book very easy, and they are going to think I'm not professional. They are going to think I'm just an amateur, or just they are going to disappear these worry things, and I'm going to be
So
more in peace. Yeah.
yeah, so you let go of the worry. You will focus on your purpose. You will focus on your steps. Whenever there comes an obstacle, you know what to do. You
Yeah.
will use the anchor of your fingers with the beautiful feeling. You will Remind yourself of your purpose, and you will have established a habit that will boost your confidence
Yeah.
and esteem. And there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing. I can't wait
Thank
what
you.
you share with me next week. And yeah, it's
I had a
amazing how
great
much
outcomes in this session. I had a great outcomes and great connections and concepts that I used to have really changed my perspective, and I think that is going to be very interesting to see what happened.
yeah. Amazing. So then see you next time. And I
Oh,
can't
thank
wait
you.
to
Oh,
hear
thank you
you.
so much, Monica.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much
much.
for being here with me. Thank you.
See you next week.